Hello there, and welcome back to the second attempt of mine to master Ballads of Hongyye. Well, master is probably the wrong wording. Let's call it surviving. And, well, let's see about that. My first attempt, I have already streamed that once, was a pretty much a crash landing, and therefore we're going to see what we're going to do this time. Hey, Steel, welcome. Happy to see you. It's been a while. Hope you're feeling fine. So we're going to put up some of these dudes there because recently I learned that I have to pay them no matter if they work for me or not. So let's keep those other people there. And let's see. So Vigor. Ability to speed up the refresh of strategy cards. So we haven't used these too much yet. Output. Improves production of resources. Alright. Profit boosts gold production. That's pretty easily there. Cost, well, compete to mitigate industrial competition of the same type of building. I see. So the more often we spam one type of building, we get diminishing returns. Yeah, lovely. All right. So let's just skip the dialogues there, and let's see. So I really hope that in the upcoming versions, by the way, this is a pre-release build, so it doesn't necessarily reflect 100% true what we're going to see 2 days from here. And I really hope to see is that this plan here will be available for to relook it, because I really would love to try if this is actually putting up a successful city. Hey, Hyorin, hell there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, Twitch is just something that I kind of like dumped because, explained that several times. The problem with Twitch is just that I often don't earn anything while streaming there, and that is just nothing that I can do at this point of my career. So, sadly, it is as it is. I don't want to press people for money there because I hate that. By the way, there's support links down there. Just kidding. It's about, I don't like when there is such pressure behind my streams that they have to earn a certain amount of. I don't like that. Whereas YouTube is way more chill in that regard. So probably this is a ways and means to actually get the ball rolling there. But it might be also, I don't know what it is, alright? I really don't know what it is. The plan function, sadly, is also not if it is somewhere findable. I haven't found it yet in this wonderful user interface. So Yorin, it's really cool to see you there because I actually thought that this game might be something up your alley. So basically the first part we're doing here is kind of a tutorial, so sadly you are not allowed to skip that. You have to play through that. But, well, at least I barely know what I'm doing, so it shouldn't be too hard. So, yeah, dude, I know that Residence is bringing population by now. It's my 4th attempt. You guys have beaten me into submission so that I had to retry this tutorial well, have to retry this for the 4th time. Because the game is so effing hard. So, how surprising! Cotton fields produce cotton. Yeah, well, dude. I think that's supposed to be sarcastic, or at least I hope so. So, I really don't understand why the game doesn't allow me to place down buildings during the pause mode, but it is as it is. Hey Simon, welcome. Yeah, I do totally understand that, Steel. YouTube is, in that regard, just a bloody mess. I hear you. I sadly cannot make it better. That's why I do the announcements on the Discord. So by the way, if you missed the stream, just check out my Discord link in the description box. I also do tweets every time before a stream airs. I do a tweet about that because that's the best I can do. The notification system of YouTube, well, if you are a subscriber and you have that bell thing going on, I think if you have YouTube opened at that time, you get something. but great. For those people who are not 24/7 on YouTube, that's basically useless. Ah, well. It's pretty hard nowadays with all of those different competing platforms. So let's pick up some ore, because I think that's going to be quite useful. So I really would love to understand what these plans are supposed to do. So maybe, gosh, I think this is supposed to be a good combination. Maybe this is supposed to be what I'll be doing in stage 2 goal. I have no clue. So piggery and slaughterhouse, and butcher shop and vegetable shop and orchard. Well, it doesn't come as a big surprise. These go well together. But, well. So, the Fire Watcher's place. We're going to drop that down here. I still don't really know what to think about this game, mostly because it's so darn hard. Honestly. I haven't made up my mind about it, mostly because of that. Because I still haven't played enough of it to be able to say that I will be liking that or not. That's pretty brutal. But what I do foresee here already is that we do have a pretty gorgeous looking city builder here. And just like I know my Chinese boys, one of these game features will be, and that's something I bet on, that you will unlock layers of gameplay that you don't see in the first place. Because that's what these dudes love to do, like adding layers after layers after layers, and new features and the like. Just like you unlocked several new things in ACS, like the first time you unlocked Shendao cultivation for real, you were at a completely different gameplay than before. I hope that this game does similar things. I really do. So, I think that these plans they are showing me are the buildings that I'm supposed to build to make things great this challenge. But I really don't understand why I do get this plan showed for, like, well, as long as I want to look at it before stripping it away from me. I really hope that the devs will reconsider that decision. Because that's really uncomfortable, you know? If I get some sort of planning tool, I want to be able to use it, and well, if it goes on like that, I'm going to pick up a piece of paper and just write it down, good old-fashioned with a pen, you know? If you guys force me to. There once was a time where I draw all my cards and all my maps and everything in these games by hand, you know?
Really old school though.
Yep, that's extremely old school, but, you know, that's why I don't like it. I feel like these plans, they should be available permanently. Is this any way similar to Cultivation Simulator? No. This doesn't have any cultivation tropes so far. Haven't seen anything like that going on for it. So we upgraded now that dude. So the hospital is now able to treat all those poor suckers. Visually, this game is really, really appealing. That's true, Bjorn. Gameplay-wise, it was a roller coaster of confusion, like Chinese games tend to be. We all know what they do. But the biggest issue that I have so far was to find out how the hell you're supposed to stay alive in a longer run. Because that game really kicks your butt in several ways. The big problem there is that every building here has a production cycle that changes during the seasons. So every building produces more or less of something during different seasons. And that means you have to plan your entire production this way. And that's darned complicated. And that's why I really would enjoy to have this wonderful planning tool, like the plans that the game pulls off, but, well. So here I'm just upgrading those buildings, because they just get more powerful at what they do if they are upgraded, of course. So, we do what we gotta do to grow more powerful. Every building can be upgraded 4 times, or so far. This has been my impression. And now the timer went through, and we finished our first quest. Well, it's just pretty confusing that the game doesn't really tell you, Hjorn, that you have to manage 2 cities at once at some point. That's pretty brutal. You don't get a proper indicator about that. But as it is, we now have the ability, now we unlocked Hongye as our home county, and now we can go for other counties where we have to fulfill quests there. And once we have fulfilled enough quests there, we're going to be able to add them into the Hongye territory. But the thing is just like, while you are doing your challenge over at the other place, Hongye is still working in the background, you know. So that's pretty that was pretty unforeseeable. That just punched me in a way that I didn't see coming, and then I had to restart because I went bankrupt in the background, which I didn't realize in the first place. I was like, why am I losing now? Then it dawned on me that, you know. There we go. Now the preparation phase is over, and now we can challenge the Westridge territory, where we get a new challenge, and in the background, this region here will still be working. And I didn't see that coming in the first place, and that's what killed me. That was like a lot of unneeded stress. Yeah, well, it's just like it's the typical thing. Those people behind the game are actually very talented at what they do, and the game is performing really great in every regard. But it is just not well optimized and for our standards of overview. I bet if you would play the Mandarin version of this game and you'd be actually able to understand that, I bet you would have not nearly as many problems as I do here right now. You know, the English localization of this game is pretty good, though. That's one of the things that actually pleased me quite a lot, because there's not much wonky translations anywhere, and I even had a laugh here and there about the humor of the game. And if a localization is able to make you giggle, it's usually not the worst, because that means some sort of humor has been transported. So, what I'm still totally struggling with is how on earth am I supposed to understand how I'm going to put up a useful grid there. Right now, as you see here, our month's end surplus will be 908 grand. Right now, my current stockpile is 935 grand. That means we're actually in a net negative right now. Our maintenance is 22 grand, and we have only an income of less. Oh, where that's right now supposed to be seen. So, basic output here. So 297 income. Are you kidding me? So the butcher shops are net positive. The hospitals are. Wait a sec. My hospital is earning money. That's crazy. The vegetable shop is earning money. Everybody else is not earning any money. Well, sucks to be me. The thing here is we don't have too many commercial buildings here right now. We have a bar that's using up food and churning out money in return. So, well, let's do that nevertheless. Also, there's one thing we have to pay attention to. The fire watcher building is going to be required here. Also, we are supposed to put up an insect rack That's protecting our crops from insects. Problem is the fire watchers are necessary everywhere. The insect racks are only necessary to cover your crops, but the fire watchers are sadly needed at every spot. I'm not going to upgrade the fire watcher further because we're going to place down another one. But that again means that we're going to require even more money because, you know, now we have to pay the insect rack people, the second fire watcher. So it doesn't get any easier from here. But this place here is just as good as we needed. So the upgraded buildings are technically only better at what they're doing. So yes, you have to pay more maintenance, but you also get more out of everything. I guess the producers here, I probably upgraded them too early, but as you see here, these buildings don't only produce food, they also produce some money on the side. And I do upgrade these as well, so altogether, we have to put up some more commerce here. So we're going to try that. I mean, I do have now a overproduction of food, so we're going to try and set up a bar. No? Oh, I did already one. Whatever, we're going to have another one. So let's see. Thing is, this game works a lot with building multiples of buildings because you have to earn your money somehow, you know. So now it's summer. Let's upgrade the hell out of these and see how that'll change my net income. Yeah, that's true, Hjorin. That's true. The standards are pretty high. I noticed that too. I mean, basically we have to keep in mind that, you know, China is a ever-growing nation. A few days ago, I heard some things like that the Chinese space program is going to be the most modern space program in the world in a couple of years. If they're only like 5 years behind of the USA. That's pretty sick, isn't it? So, in total, I feel like we're often underestimating how far ahead these dudes are by now. The only thing I do realize quite often is that Asian games have this tendency to be a little bit more clunky in terms of user interface. The Asian games really often struggle with a well-made user interface. Like, for example, bringing up this wonderful planning tool and then don't really giving me any option to use it. Or bring it up again, or making it, if it is there, it might be there. I'm not seeing where it is, and that's a bad thing. That shouldn't happen, you know. So let's try what happens if we put up some operas. I still have really no clue if what I'm supposed to do to bring up a stable economy. Hey, Javier, welcome. So let's upgrade our opera stages and hope for the best. Because my plan was this time to try on out if I can make my Hongye in the background somewhat profitable before I go over to Westridge and do my adventures there. At least that was the noble plan. Let's see. Well, I think, Simon, that difference has also something to do with the fact that here in the Western societies we have a, how to say, engineering and science and stuff like that. It's not really something that brings you into a big career. It doesn't even make you particularly rich, you know? Okay, so let's see what these operas did for us. They are nowhere to be found. Opera stage. So Thing is that, here, as you see, the upper stage is really not too productive during the summertime. It has its best times during winter and autumn. So, that's the big thing about this game. You have wildly differing production ratios during different seasons, and that's what's making the game darn hard to understand and to get going. So yeah, I could now build more of the same buildings that I got right now. I don't know if this would really end my or change my situation too good there right now. I mean, as we see there, we do have a pretty shitty comparison here, but I mean, right now we don't even have unlocked too many buildings that we could use, because that's the other thing. We have to play the other regions to unlock more things to work with. You know, right now we don't have too many economy buildings, so it's time to go to Westridge. I hope that I managed to slow the decline of Hongye good enough. I don't know. It's still pretty hard for me to understand whether or not I'm doing bad or good here. It's yeah, whatever. We're gonna get there. So now we are going to start our second challenge here. So we are going to appoint our advisors here. There we go. And now, well, this diagram says that our strongest production will be during autumn. We'll have good food production during these times. I mean, this diagram is super good and so far, but, you know, how the hell are you supposed to keep that in your mind? So we're going to cheat now. We're going to use the super tool, paper, pen. So let's do this. I mean, if the game doesn't give me the most basic things, by all means, then I'm going to write it down. There you have it. What can I do? I really hope that this gets fixed, because that's ridiculous, you know? If the game is able to pull off a plan like that, that's great. But then, by all means, give me the chance to pull that plan back up again, because right now, that's just, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Pissing me off quite hard, honestly. Those are such decisions that I call typical Chinese game syndrome things, where I'm like, you know, why are you guys doing this to us? Why are we not getting this thing to see? Is it that this is supposed to be the challenge to get that only once and then keep it in your head, or what's the point behind that? I really don't know. I really don't know. I should probably put up a screenshot of that. Maybe that's faster than writing it down, but whatever. So this is truly weirding me out. I really hope that this is only one curse of the early access version, because that really hurts, guys. That really hurts my gaming senses. But like I said, this is a pre-release version, and tools like these have to be accessible at all times. I even looked up I even looked it up in the settings. There was, at least the last time, yeah, there is no hotkey for that menu. None. I mean, there's also no hotkey assigned for the ledger and that, so it might be out there. Maybe. Maybe there is a button that I haven't found yet. But I thought that I had tried out all the buttons yet, so we can apply for different city grades. Interesting. I mean, the thing about Hongye is that it does look like there's a gorgeous game hidden behind all that jank, you know? That's something I do see there. So, I haven't really understood how to use this ledger function here either, you know? So here you have all this. one might assume that in this region you would also be able to fetch up the plan. I really hope that the plan will not be invisible anymore. I just wanted to check on out if I missed a spot there yet again, but no, I didn't. Here's just our regular quest. That's our goals that we're supposed to finish by the end of this run. So no, if you guys see something that I don't see at some point, let me know. I'll click diligently. But until then, well, I really would love to know where the hell the plans went to. Because I surely tried everything. Anyways, so we're here. We have to recruit one advisor. We're supposed to unlock that talent first, but tell you what, we're not going to bother with that at all. We're going to build up the city accordingly. So, first things first, we have to check on out. We got some residences here. Now we got a well. We got our advisor. So we have our residences here all together. Do we have anything in terms of security? So, it doesn't seem like we do. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to set on up a hospital there in this corner here, because this is going to be my residence area. And I do know that regular residence areas are very, very susceptible to plague. So we have to work around with that. Here we have a soybean field and a wood mill. That means this is going to be probably the center of our agricultural business. So we're going to slap on the insect rack there. And I'll keep in mind that this region here is going to be the most interesting in terms of agriculture. Oh, that was a crappy placement. No. Oh, damn. I shouldn't have built it there. It's cannot be raised during construction. No. Just realized that down here would be way better. So there we go. That's why I'm going broke, because I placed my buildings like a monkey. Anyways, jokes aside, so we got the security there. We got the security there. I'm going very, very strong on security here, because whenever somebody dies in your city, that's creating lots of costs. That just sucks. So we're really taking things. We're really diligent here. Okay, so poultry farm. I'm supposed to build one. Let's do this. There's the poultry farm. I'm supposed to build a piggery. And so now I'm really just ticking off the boxes of my list there. By the way, there was something for livestock, wasn't it? Livestock clinic. So we're going to slap that into the vicinity here as well. Next thing is going to be a slaughterhouse. Then a cattle range. So I really don't know. I meant to try that out at least once. How that plan feature would work. So next one is the sheep pen. Then we have a horsey ranch. Oh, and we're running out of workers here. Lol. So wait a sec. Yeah. Sometimes a residence gets struck by lightning, you know. Okay. So, let's make sure we got enough workers for that. So the last thing I built was the horse ranch. So next up is the do shop. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to make things work then. But so far, there was also no real logistics happening in this game so far. What does matter, though, is, you know, stuff like here, the tea plantation. Here, the insect rack needs an upgrade, so it covers that, too. And, now the vegetable shop. And, we don't have any watchtowers yet, do we? It doesn't seem like we do. So, oh boy. So we're going to set on up our first criminality shield here. So, barbecue stalls, cloth shop, and a dye house. Let's see. Barbecue stalls. Cloth shop. And a dye house. But how any human being should be able to calculate these things on their own, I got no clue. Let's check on out if our economy is now stable when we do this like that. That's the thing that interests me most, you know. So, here we go. So the ledger says at the end of the year we're still net negative. That's not too surprising. See you soon, Huron. And bye-bye, Simon. Nice that you were hanging around there. So let's research that recruitment feat. And we gotta recruit one advisor. Let's recruit ourselves one cheap dude because I'm broke. Broke and poor. So here we go. Advisors make your city more powerful because they just boost up all those things there. There we go. Okay, we achieved the first goal. Let's see. My economy is still rated D for deficient or something like that. Okay. So, reduces maintenance cost for 25% for 30 days. I like. So, here's right the next plan. So it's filled with tons of new buildings there as well. So, I don't know. That means we just unlocked a ton of new buildings at the same time. So here I go. Just I wonder if this is just a allocation of everything we've just unlocked. I have no clue. I really have no clue. I just know that the last time I tried this game, I went gloriously broke. So I just want to try on out how things are going to work on out if I just do what the plan says, you know. It's the other option that I saw there. I mean, the array of buildings here is gorgeous, you know. There's the ideas behind those buildings are amazing, like a Taoist temple, lantern workshop, and all these things. That sounds really cool, but at the same time, if I really have to use a piece of paper and a pen every time I get a new plan, that's just well. And at the same time, it does also not please me too much to just build after a plan, you know. Half of the fun is to figure out how you build up something. Just getting something churned out by the AI showing you how it's done. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit negative here on that end, but, you know, right now, for me, the pieces just don't go together too well so far. One other big problem that I got is the fact that where on Earth are my service or my security buildings here? I'm really struggling to find all these things in all that chaos there. And yeah, that ain't cool. Surely ain't cool. So now we get to research new buildings. The Design Institute. Now we can build the Design Institute. The Design Institute is a pretty cool thing, though. I really enjoy what that does for the game. I'll place it down here. And now we get to, well... I mean, basically, it feels like the incentive here is more like, dude, build one of everything. And don't worry about that too much. But sadly, I cannot even see how many buildings of one type I got built there quickly. They are somewhere here in the list, but, well... For a game of this complexity level, it's pretty, it would be cool to have more different tools to manage all that complexity, because right now I'm feeling like I'm lost in all that. But whatever, we're going to see where that will lead us. So, I mean, one thing I do realize is, while I'm building like the plan wants me to, I'm not running out of any materials here right now, so probably that's one thing. So let's upgrade our buildings there a bit. So, clay mine. There's a kiln. Just wanted to make sure to give this game another fair look there. Pine forest. Sorghum field. I mean, I do really enjoy that the devs put up all that work to... I mean, there are so many different cool buildings in this game, you know? So here I'm putting up another insect rack. But it feels like unmanageable at this point. Totally feels unmanageable at this point, because I really don't know where my services spread and where not. So luckily we got the firehouse here somewhere. Watchtower ruins. Well, that's not really so yeah. We definitely need another fire watcher here. I mean, at least when you pick up one fire watcher, you see the radius of the other fire watcher. That's a pretty good thing, but you need those lenses to see where the fire watchers are working or where they sit at all times. This is something that you need awareness of that to plan your city accordingly. It just doesn't come together otherwise, in my humble opinion. So, let's see. How's the economy now? I bet it sucks still. So, we are only at a minus 509 net. So, honestly, this is pretty much as good as it was so far. So here, insect infestation getting destroyed by our thingies there. So, yeah. Verdict so far? Follow the plan and you shall be fine. That's a bit tragic. So now we're designing these items here. The design station is a pretty cool thing. It does bring random buildings and melt them together into a new item here. So we now made the resort villa. So you see this thing is gigantic. And it's composed out of 4 different buildings that are melded together, or molten. Well, they're fused together to make one mega building there. people are pissed about the water. I don't know why we have enough water. So is the water too far away for their taste? Is that actually a thing? Career Station Ruins. All right. Let's repair that. Sounds like something that I want to have. So Westridge is out of working population. So yeah. Perspective glitched out of the familiar thing. So insect infestation, but we got that. All right. And we'll require another R&D building. Okay. So here our residences are now all on next level. Well, not all of them, most of them. So... well, right now we seem to be in a net positive. We do have more... I don't know if I understand that correctly. Our output is greater than our maintenance. That's something that I really... that's also another problem of mine. I can't even read that ledger properly to understand what it's trying to say me. Tell me. Ugh. Can't even talk anymore. Oopsie. So, winter time is on us. Let's build that next wonder thing. So these wonders, they churn out a lot of money. There's always a lot of money on these. So, officially, we should be actually now positive. I really don't know how it's... I mean, the problem here is we have a daily output, we have a monthly maintenance fee, and we have a monthly net output. But we should have a monthly output without the maintenance fee. Like I feel like there's one thing missing there. Making mega buildings is interesting. True bad, true bad. I mean, this game also has wonder building. The thing is, I'm totally scraping on the surface of this game so far. So officially, my economy has an S rating now. So obviously, we seem to do well. I have no clue. So following the plans of the following the plan seems to be a good thing. So. Let's do the cost reduction food increase thing. And now we can do strategies. And also we need more populace. But the fun part here is that we now don't need to build anything new, obviously. And another thing that I just don't have any understanding for is we don't have any way to speed up the game. There's literally only one speed. Yeah, I don't understand that. I just don't. I don't know why they are doing this. A game like this, with no changeable speed, like, I don't know. I don't want to sound harsh or anything here, but I foresee a crash landing on our markets, you know? Because people over here are used to higher standards than that when you want to come up with management simulation games. So I'm trying to upgrade my my food production here a bit, because we're right now, during the winter time, a little bit low on food production. Upgrading some things for the spring to come, and some things just because they produce a lot of food during the winter still. So, let's see. So, piggery. I upgraded that completely. Here, for example, then there's, let's see. Resort Villa, barbecue stalls. There it is. So why is that now in the field where I'm seeing... Really hope that we're not going to starve during the winter this time. Yeah, the worst thing about that is now we're supposed to we now have to wait 160 days for that chapter to be finished, and then we get our final verdict, you know, our final rating, however you want to call it. The thing here is just you know, I don't understand why I have to wait through this way without having any way of speeding my game up. So far, I gotta say, the game has a lot of problems. And I really hope that the people behind this game are going to put it up as an early access. Because right now, well... How long will it be winter still? We're starting to have some real problems with food. Because as it is right now, I find it extremely difficult to understand how I would be possibly doing something good for my city, you know, without relying entirely on the AI's decisions there. And, well... So... The end of year's party. Right. So... That's an advisor's party, and we're going to... give everybody some money, you know, why not? So they would have... We can make a lottery thing here. But, yeah. In a couple of days, we're totally doomed, but obviously it's now spring again. And, so... I thought I had a firehouse there. So... The fire watcher's radius... It's not far enough here? Alright, so we have to build another fire watcher. Fine. But I think we're going to die nevertheless here again, because obviously we're still starving here. So let's check on out what kind of food productions we could go for. So spring food production, the sorghum field is the strongest, among the strongest ones, so... Let's see. So, yeah, pretty much seems to be the problem that I didn't put up enough of these buildings to feed my city through. Well, that's very unfortunate. So, now we got some crime issues. So yeah, this run is going down the gutter just like the last one did. There's again something that I'm not able to properly fulfill. This time it's the food production, but well, ugh. I don't know. I'm not too pleased about that altogether, you know? There's just something about this game that's pissing me off in a serious way, if you catch my drift. It's like this game is trying to push the proper buttons there, but you know, it is just not coming together. It's so darn hard to keep an overview about things here. We have now 7 dead people here in the city because of the famine. And, you know, you have to remove all those dead bodies at the end of the day. If you don't, they even make things worse. And, you know... I don't know. I really want to like this. But, I can't. Because it's just too janky at that point, you know? Thing here is, by the way, the corpses that are lying around here on the streets, there is actually a building that removes these for you automatically. Thing is just, I can't build it because I haven't finished the first map yet. Because you unlock that only on after the first map. And, well, I mean, we are now at a very, very puny population. Our entire economy is not working anymore because we have no populace. And obviously there's a fire all over the place because we ain't got enough people on the firefighters' place anymore. And it's a freaking hot mess. I don't mind losing in games like these, but I do mind losing when I have literally not a single effing clue how I should have done better. You know? Obviously, you are supposed to know that you have to build enough buildings for food before the winter breaks in, but seriously, are you guys kidding me? How on earth should anybody understand that on the first level? I'm pretty experienced with games like these. I like games like these, but that's just pissing me off to a degree where I don't know when or how I'll pick that up ever again. So, dear friends, I'm going to end this here because I really don't have any interest whatsoever anymore to continue this run right now. Well, the thing here is we have 0 population at that point. Current population is 0. Nobody is quenching that fire, but because nobody's quenching that fire, that city is burning to the ground now, and we cannot have anybody to quench the fire because we have no population. So this is now the 3rd time that I try to beat the very first level of this game. And, you know, if that planning tool would be available for the entirety of the run, if there would be just simply more tools to manage all that chaos, this might be actually turn into a decent game. But at the very moment right now, like I said before, this is a pre-release version. But if this is the state of game that will be released tomorrow, that's a no recommendation from me. That's a strict no recommendation from me, because so far, I was frankly confused after the first time, but after the second time, I will only pick it up to see whether or not they got rid of those problems they got, and if not, I'm going to ditch that title altogether, because that just ain't fun. Can't put into more beautiful words. I love city builders and the like, but there's no logistics game happening whatsoever. You have no heat map of the surfaces. You cannot see which area of your city isn't covered by fire protection properly. You only see that if you manage to click that building in that hot mess where you don't have any overview about which building is what. So, I don't know. There's just, this needs a lot of polish until it gets to the spot where it needs to be. Because right now, you know, there are 5 different services that the city needs at this very point, and we're only beginning. As you see here, there's, they want us to put up, guard towers against enemies, irrigation facilities against droughts, flood control channels against flooding. So there's even way more catastrophe things that come down here. But, you know, the only way to see the coverage radius is when you have them on your mouse. There is no button for that. I don't know. There's a scenery mode up here. And yeah, there's just a lack of tools. Maybe this can become cool when we have more tools to have an overview, but that level of complexity and depth without tools to manage it, that's just a train wreck. That's just not playable at that point. There's if somebody can manage to play that, I deeply respect that person, or I admire that pain resistance. We can put that onto different perspectives, but right now, this game really needs tools to manage it, because it just I find it very, very bad if the very first level of a game is just not beatable for me under any circumstances, and not to begin with that whole weird building plan thing that we were stumbling through. Anyways, so that's Ballads of Hongyue at the very moment. I really hope that there will be a better launch version tomorrow, when with a lot of these things being ruled out. I thank you all for your time and attention. It's been, after all, at least a very interesting thing for me, if not too fun. Leave me your comment what you think about it. Leave me a thumbs up on that video if you enjoyed it, and feel free to subscribe. I do daily content. There's a lot of stuff happening there, and if you do the bell thing, you also get a notification when the next stream airs live. You can also check out Twitter and Discord. I do announce all my streams before they happen there as well. And if you enjoyed that whole thing, check out the support links. I do all this for free, and all the support I can get is really getting me somewhere. So there's Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee as ways and means to support this channel. I'd be delighted if you'd check them out. And a big thanks to all the supporters out there already. You're really, truly amazing. Catch you guys next time, and have a good one.